Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for you.
So, boys, where has Willie been? I don't really know where to begin. Let's see here. Because in 2019 is when I stopped streaming. So it's been about 5 years since I've actually streamed. In 2022, in about August of 2022, I came back for a brief splint. But it didn't last long, and I can get into that in a second. So, where have I been? I've been doing real life shit. So, I used to do investment banking. For those of y'all that are in school or graduated from school, the path that I ended up going down was finance. And then I just worked as an anti money laundering analyst at UBS. It paid the bills. I wasn't very happy about it. And even then, that was the last time I streamed. That's when I was kind of doing all that. I knew at some point I was always going to come back to streaming. And the trick with investment banking and just like any finance job, like if you're an accountant or anything like that, it is a. Here, let me do full webcam here. Bear with me. I got to get all my streaming routines back up. But it's really one of those things where corporate jobs and specifically finance jobs, it's about how much you work and that is what is rewarded. And so I was working these 60 to 80-hour work weeks. I was making a hand over fist in terms of money, but I was really deeply unsatisfied with kind of the trajectory of my life because you work more, you get promoted, so that way you can work more, and then it's just a giant rat race. So I got out of investment banking. When was that? About a year ago now, I want to say. And I started looking for any self-employed gig I could find. Um, it's worse now. Oh no, don't do this. Don't do this, P Snipe. It's funny. I got to make sure all my shit works with streaming, right? Um, so I got out of that. I started looking for self-employed roles. Where I landed on my feet was health insurance. Health insurance is one of those things that's super complicated. Everybody hates it, and I figured I'd become the expert in it. So that is what I did. And essentially for the last year, if you guys don't know how the insurance world works, essentially when you make a sale, not only do you get your nice paycheck that day, but as long as people renew with you, you get to build your book of business. So I've already essentially made a machine that's going to print me out 80,000 a year, no matter what I do, and it kicks in September. So now I am finally at the point where I can say, "Oh shit, I can actually stream, not worry about the finances, have all the time I want." And I just went on this trip to Turkey. If you guys have never been to Turkey, it's been fantastic. Let me see if I can get some pictures pulled up in the background. But while I was on that trip, there was a guy there, and his name was Robin. He hosts a podcast. It's got like 50,000 subscribers, and he essentially said this. He's like, if you follow your dreams, right? Follow your dreams, and if you can get 0.5%, so less than 1% of your audience to express interest, like, hey man, I need help with X, Y, Z, then you're making more than enough to do whatever you want. So long story, where have I been? I've been doing corporate jobs. I've been doing this and that. I've been paying bills. As you can see, I've also moved. I would give a house tour, but we're strapped into my computer. Check out the setup, by the way. I don't know if I can still do this, but I don't know if y'all saw, but this is a standing desk. Da, 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 da. One of these days I'll get my laptop out and we can actually go see the house. But I moved. Last time I talked with y'all, I think I was with Nora. We are still with Nora. We've been dating for about 2.5 years. She's kicking it. Let me go to simple. Great. Bear with me, boys. You know, it's literally going down memory lane. This is my OBS right here, and you can see we got all sorts of buttons we can push here. But this is Nora in the background. Nora and I, we've been dating 2.5 years, and so we did a lot of soul searching on this last vacation we had. And I essentially listed out the 5 things that I wanted to be in my life. Number 1, I wanted to be physically fit and healthy. Number 2, I wanted to be rich. Number 3 is health insurance. I've got it written down over here. Number 4, I wanted to get back into streaming. And number 5, I want to save everything and eventually build my dream home. So that's kind of where I've been. The reason why I'm coming back now, it's not anything more than I just miss streaming. I've been playing a lot of League in the background this past month before I went on the trip. And I just realized playing League of Legends, it's not even League, right? It's just video games in general fills my cup, right? So you want to build your life towards what fills your cup. You don't want to be doing activities that drain you. And so that's why I'm back. Very long answer, but it's been 4 years. Dad is back from picking up milk and cigarettes. So any questions about all that, feel free to fire away. Self-employed, just be a Twitch streamer. Here's the thing, though. I just recently had to sign a monetization agreement with Twitch. So if you don't know, whenever you get partner status with Twitch, I think I'm still a partner. I don't know. I am great. But when you get partner status, it lasts forever. So Amazon just dinged me. They have fucked over streamers. I don't know what they did, but like the monetization is so bad right now, and it's a long way of saying I don't think I could ever do self-employed Twitch streaming as a standalone. But I've got my machine built in the background, right, that prints money, so we're a-okay. I think eventually it could be fun. But yeah, since we've been gone, since you've been gone, I have been honestly a little blown away with what has taken over the Twitch scene. So let us all look together. This is literally the first time I've opened Twitch in about 3 years or whatever, or I guess a couple years since 2022. A lot of things have changed. So first off, IRL chatting is by and far the largest category. Back in the day when I was streaming, League of Legends was the largest category by a long shot. It's fascinating to see that this has now 538,000 viewers, and League of Legends only has 175. In addition, inside the league scene, T1 is still on top. There's so many people that, like, I couldn't even tell you anymore. Obviously, TF Blade, I'm a Cutie Pie, all those cats were still around when I was there. Viper, Scara. But, like, this guy, Dantes is new. Solar Baka I used to play with a lot. LO Stylish, I've got Cat Evolved, but, like, there's a lot of the same, but a lot of it is completely different, too. I see new streamers pop up all the time. It's also been fun seeing streamers that I used to play with, like Jack Spectre, for instance. This guy used to be a 50 viewer streamer, and he's now popping off. So it's been fun watching from afar, seeing kind of how the landscape has changed, who's grown and who hasn't grown. But at the end of the day, Twitch is just, let me put it this way. Twitch is a flawed platform run by flawed individuals, and it's really, like, I feel a lot of YouTube streamers have jumped ship and gone, or Twitch streamers have gone to YouTube, they've gone to Facebook. A lot of them do TikTok nowadays, which I don't even have a TikTok, and I don't think I'll ever do it. So it's a very fascinating time to be trying to get back into this, because it seems like Twitch no longer is the place to be. I could be wrong on that, but it's still I think Twitch will always be popular for the same reason that, I really think that Amazon or Facebook will be popular, right? But neither of those, I'll take that back for Amazon, but like Facebook, for instance, is garbage these days. It'll always be the social media king, but it doesn't mean that, it's the right place to be. That's kind of how I feel about Twitch, and honestly, to tie it all together, that's a big reason why I haven't come back to streaming, is because I've been watching all that from a distance and been like, it's a lot of murky waters, right? What is this new mastery score? I got no idea. We'll get into League in a second. Bear with me. If you're here for League content, I promise we'll get to that in a second, but I want to give everybody a chance to ask questions and all that stuff. Ooh, we already got someone that got banned. That soon? Thank you, mods. Wow. So League of Legends has changed a lot as well. I've been playing quite a bit. Let me pull up my OPGG. As you guys know or probably remember, I am a put my numbers where my mouth is type person. So I did a run up to Masters, I think last split season, whatever the fuck that was. Pardon my French, sorry. But you'll see here that honestly, League to me feels a little boring these days. I could be wrong on that. I think they've tried their best to mix it up. When it comes to Udyr, like, tank just performs better than AD. I'll play AD Udyr every now and then, but it just, 1-8 on the AD Udyr, 5-2, 9-5. To me, it feels like League is in a fun spot, but it's also a very boring way to win. Like, if you get ahead, I don't think shutdown and shit like that does anything except make the game more frustrating. But if you get ahead, usually you win. That's how it's always been, but now it seems like Riot in the time that I've been gone has really been trying to extend team fights and stuff, which makes it both fun and exhausting to play games, because you're like, one death means a lot, but it also doesn't, if that makes sense. I know I'm saying a lot of contradictory stuff. What I'm trying to say is League is both fun and boring at the same time for me right now, but it's still addicting as ever, which is why I figured, to quote the Joker out of The Dark Knight Rises, if you're good at something, never do it for free, right? So my goal, the reason why I'm coming back, I guess, I don't really know if I'm playing for rank. I'd like to get back to Challenger. For those of you that remember, I used to be Challenger. I used to peak Challenger every single season. I didn't necessarily hold that rank, but I always was able to get to Challenger at some point in the season. It's a new split, which means that ranks just got reset. It's a good time to come back and climb, which is partially why we're here today. So my goal is not necessarily get Challenger, it's just get better at the game again, try and figure out why people are building what they build. Eventually, I'm probably going to start pumping out YouTube videos again. I really also want to start pumping out, those MOBA Fire guides that I used to make. I have so many people ask me about those still. But the honest truth is I'm not good enough at the game, and I haven't been playing enough to really do that, you know what I mean?
Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for ya.